Good morning, everybody. Something that's been on my mind lately, that's been weighing heavy on me, and actually, it happened yesterday. I was at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, picking up a car rental because my car's in the shop, and I was talking to the driver, who's essentially a salesperson for the company, and we took a long roundabout way from Enterprise to go pick up my wallet from the service center. And so we had about 30 or 45 minutes to talk. And, we were talking about his future and what his goals are for himself. And he shared that him and a friend had started a small business. And I don't know that it was making much revenue, but regardless, he seemed like a fairly self-motivated individual. And he told me during our conversation that, Enterprise was just a placeholder, what he would call a plug. It was a temporary fix, He liked the salary without the pressure of having to have sales commission and all of that. So those are good things. However, he made it very clear to tell me that he didn't have the inspiration to really go above and beyond and to provide incredible sales support or, over the top customer service. And it got me thinking, and I've thought about this for a very long time, but in my perspective, I do not believe that business owners understand the responsibility that they have, but they all want to have a good end result without the responsibility. That's what I believe. So I see a lot of business owners saying, oh, we can't find the right employees, or my people don't do what they're supposed to do, or I have to remind them to do everything. And it's just constant, having to hold people accountable and force them to do their job, essentially, is what I keep hearing. And it's been asked, how do you get your employees to care? Well, this seems to be one of the major problems in the workforce today, is people saying, well, I can't find the right employees, and the ones I do have, they just don't seem to care. They walk by problems. They don't reach out to I guess, conquer new issues and solve problems for the company. They're just there for a paycheck. If that's all you offer them, that's exactly why they're there, for just a paycheck. I don't want to be too blunt, but that's as blunt as I can be. Employers think that if I compensate my people, if I'm paying them $60,000 or $55,000 or $70,000, $80,000 a year, that they should be disciplined enough to come into work and do their absolute best. In a perfect world with robots, I think that would be a perfect train of thought, that you could compensate someone $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, and they should be expected to do their job, but not just do their job, but to do it without accountability and to do it without any correction or prodding or pushing. But that's just not the world we live in. It's just not the way. What I believe many business owners fail to understand is that it is their responsibility to provide inspiration to their people. So many companies say, oh, join our team, and, in 5 years or 10 years, you may promote to a manager's or a supervisor's role and increase your compensation by 10, 15, even 20,000. Well, I will tell you right now that if someone came up to me and said, hey man, in 10 years, you can be making, 15, 20,000 more than you make now, and they were wanting me to get inspired to go above and beyond in my line of work, I would probably have a hard pass. Well, that's exactly what your employees do. They're not inspired to hang around to a company that they hope will keep their word. It's not happening. It's absolute trash. Companies fail to establish culture. They fail to give their employees hope of a future. They fail to inspire their people. And This can be done very simply through having incentives in your systems or incentives in your processes. I believe that every employee deserves to go to a company that is incentive-based versus accountability-based. If you've ever worked for a company where the boss just all he did was come in and quote unquote roll heads every day and tell you what you need to improve on and tell you what you need to do, that's a very toxic work environment. But on the other side, if you come into a company where all the people are helpful and all the people are helping to accomplish the goal or the mission, and they're efficient at it, and they're considering, oh, how can I make sure that the company doesn't lose money, or how can I get this sale, or how can I take care of Miss Jones, this client, better without accountability and without being pushed so that it's real. That's where inspiration comes into play. And it is the owner's or the senior management's responsibility to find out what inspires their people and execute and lead their people toward that inspiration. If somebody's excited about time off and you know that they value a vacation, put it in their comp plan. If somebody you know values more money, customize their comp plan to fit their desires, and you will see them inspired. But above and beyond that, actually care about your people. Once you realize that with a little bit of care, it doesn't have to be financial gain or time off work to incentivize people to want to do a better job. You can simply say thank you for the job they're doing. You can simply say, man, I appreciate what you've done today. They may come back and say, well, boss, it's just my job. But someone who feels valued and appreciated, they're going to go above and beyond for you. The problem with our workforce today, it's not an employee problem, gentlemen, ladies. It's a leadership problem. And there are things we can do as leaders to improve our culture, to improve our workforce, to reduce our turnover and increase profitability and satisfaction in those positions. Thank you.